was born to be a gangster. Shit. Yeah. I was born to be a gangster. What you know about being abused, watching your mother use? I've been through real life shit. You can't walk in these shoes.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Jordan Ramsay. I got a very, very, very special guest here with me right now. This is a 4DAStreetz exclusive. My dog, Shelliano. What up, bro?
So
It's good to have you in this joint.
yeah,
On time. Yeah, that's what you did. You showed up on time. I appreciate that.
right,
He didn't show up on time.
right.
But that's my dog. It's somebody that no matter what, like I said, special guest, and more than anything, he like family. He's somebody that, you know what I mean, it's like a neighborhood name. If you in a rural neighborhood, you know what I mean, it's a name that's synonymous with a lot of big stuff and big things that's going on now, in the past, and like honestly, for the future coming everywhere else. You know what I mean? Like how Bun B took his name and took that from like Houston and stuff. This nigga is. So like talk about your upbringing and stuff like that. Like before, like we get ahead of ourselves. Like what's the pre?
You know, I'm from West Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I grew up different. So, you know, I want to be like, I can't really like all the way say like I had one way of living because of the way that I was raised and how I was brought up. You know what I mean? My mom, you know what I mean, was like a political activist and like, you know, slash Black Panther. My dad had life, you know what I mean? So it was me and her, and the way that she raised me, you know what I mean? It really wasn't no TVs, none of that shit in the crib. It was just like books and you know, like stuff like record players and
So she was an active mom, like
yeah.
as far as like, and by that I mean like some people grow up in them homes where dad's working and mom working, so it might not be nobody raising y'all but y'all in the crib. You might be siblings. You got
Well,
siblings and stuff like that. You an only child.
yeah, I got a brother, you know what I mean? But I got brothers because of, you know what I mean, I prepared to foster care after the fact.
Right.
And being in so many different places, I lived in a lot of different places from Eastern Allentown, Bethlehem, you know, Springfield, Carson Valley, Slater Farms. You know what I mean? I've been through all those different type homes. Matter of fact, in Slater Farms, I was in Slater Farms with Beans.
Yeah.
Me and Beans was in Slater Farms. Beans actually the first person I battled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like besides,
What age
yeah,
is that?
like
What age?
man,
You gotta timestamp it, though. You can't do that.
we was kids. So at this time, I was in Doughboys, Washington. He was this because whatever era the travel foxes was, because he had some blue travel foxes. Bees had the blue travel foxes.
So I don't know about the travel foxes.
Yeah,
travel foxes. I started nodding my head. Must mean the same shit that niggas wear when they used to the armor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bees was in there. Yeah, this was back then. So I mean, at this time, man, I probably was like around 13.
Damn, you was a youngin'.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
It's a YN.
Yeah.
This is YN days.
Yeah.
He with Beans when Beans was a YN, dog. That's what the story means so far. You know what I'm saying? No, real rat.
But I also grew up with Freeway, like me and Freeway and my man King Warren was like a semi-rap group back in the day.
But bro, like, I really don't want to skip over the fact that where did it come through? Where did it come through with you as far as the hardships when it comes to being a person that has to come up through like even the foster system? That's not that normal. That's not most people's norm. So like even somebody like I say the hardships is very much what make you who you are. So like just a touch on this.
All right.
Do all that shit.
Well, this how it started. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like when in the 80s and all that type was going on, I was around for when crack first came. So I remember the impact that it had, and I remember why people really got hooked on it because back then it wasn't known to destroy because it was new. So even people that was getting money and people they thought that that was like fly shit to do. You know what I mean? And
Like
then
the new cool shit.
yeah, like you know what I mean. And,
Like lean. Yeah,
right,
I want to talk about that.
right,
Like perks.
right,
Uh,
right. That shift, and then there was a lot of money around, but it was a lot of things that was cheap, like dollar houses and shit like that. So you know, I remember one time, you know what I mean. The first crib me and my mom went in, I remember we was just walking. And back then they used to have like these houses they would put like foil on, like this like silver like foil. And I remember one my mom stopped at a place and it was like an open little slit. She like pulled that shit open. And we went in that joint. And I remember it being dark and by the time I went to sleep and by the time I woke up, that shit was a house. It was a crib. Like she was swept up, cleaned up, and got the some way to put the electric on like a little bit. The only fucked up part about it was there wasn't no roof on the bathroom. So you know what I mean. I remember, you know what I mean. I remember one time like just using the bathroom as a kid with my like go ahead like when I'm like, damn, this shit really raining and there ain't no fucking roof on the joint. You know what I mean? I think that was like my first effect of knowing like what poor is. Like knowing, like, you know what I mean? As a kid, like reality was like, yo, why the fuck ain't no roof on this joint?
No, these saying like you know what I mean, dog. That's what I mean by like somebody going through the adversity and not making that excuse. Like, no, I don't know about that shit. But to be a person that look at it and be like, yo, listen, that's some shit you go through. You know what I'm saying? And be a person that's at that level. You know what I mean? That's a testament to you, bro.
Well,
You know what I mean?
like they so like a nigga, you know what I mean, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid and shit. And it's documented, you know what I mean? Because I think the judge at the time was Lynn Abraham. And the nigga, you know what I mean, raped my mom and cut her face with a razor blade, like, for a lot of times and shit. And they said that she, like, escaped with me. So, however it goes, she was either pregnant with me and got away, or either at the time frame that happened, and and she got me out of there as a kid, you know what I mean? But my mom was always real strong, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of stuff, you know what I mean, that might affect me even like now, like, you know what I mean? You know, my mom when she passed, she died in my arms, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like, I mean, you know, we soldiers, we gotta walk with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you asked me the origin of where I come from, and I'm saying like this was the type of shit that I'm from. And my motherfucking uncles and shit, they was like bank robbers and shit like that. And niggas that glorified going to jail. Like they'd be showing pictures and shit of them with a VCR looking like fly in their jail cell. I'm like, you know what I mean?
So can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Through that, like I literally want to piggyback off of that. Being somebody that went through that, many people would find it very easy to break down, very easy to give up. Can you explain being a person that started like putting other people on and just giving that inspiration? Specific, like even an example, even a young Benji, like talk about even meeting Benji back in the day, like being somebody like putting on.
I was always for the have-nots. I was always for the, you know, of course, when people doing things now and doing music and people are saying stuff now, they don't really care about where it comes from. You know what I mean?
True.
A lot of times, the youth either at war with the ages and they don't respect their predecessors because you know what I mean. In this day and time, since they got phones, they feel like they smarter. But the reality of it is, back in the day, you had to really have a relationship with people, not through internet. You had to have connections, and the connection that I had was I was just a real motherfucker. So even when I probably was at the height of whatever I was doing, I probably never even really realized it because I was just fucking with the people.
Right.
the youth is what energized me. Watching people that come from nothing and scratch hard, like that grind hard to get it, they like pits. You know what I mean? They like motherfuckers that's so hungry and that they just going for it. That right there is the rush for me. You know what I mean? So whenever I see it, I can recognize it because it's special, because it's raw. You know what I mean? So whenever it came to the young boys and shit like that, I always showed them love because it was like they like me. I understood what it was like to be a child lost. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you gotta find your way. Shout out to my young boy Willie too, because
Yeah,
Willie can rap too. And I've been. See, I come from the era of loving all them dudes like Hollow Man, Cree Forge, uh, uh, Willie, Joey Jihad. I ain't care about none of the beefs and all of that shit because I seen them when they was young boys. I just gave a fuck about their talent.
yeah.
Rest in peace to Spitters, you know what I mean? The little Rocky and them, like the different dudes that was
Perspective is everything, though.
they was fire back then, you know what I mean? And the young boys is fire now. I bang with all the young boys. If they got some talent, then I want to listen to it. If it's just music that ain't to me that ain't got no talent, it ain't that I'm gonna disrespect it, but I'm not probably
You're not gonna
gonna
be tuned into it.
nah. I battled so much and did so much battling that I forgot.
What that shit
Like,
was like, though, bruh.
I mean,
I used to watch that shit.
106 in Park let me know that things that small can still seem big. You know what I mean? Because 106 in Park wasn't really a big room. It was a DJ, it was a couch,
Right.
it was people, it was a camera, and the camera spun around to show the people. You know what I mean? But it was still somebody that was running behind the camera saying, you know what I mean? Scream. Yeah. You know what I mean? To capture that energy. But it was lights, like how it is right here, and there was a couch, and it was people talking, and Free was thorough as shit. AJ was thorough. The bodyguards, everybody really banged
Shout
with
out
it.
to the original
You
106
know what I mean?
podcast, though.
You
That's
know what I'm
what's up.
saying? So, you know what I mean? When I became champ, I had to sneak into the building with Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack took me to the building. Uh, every time I went up there, we would stop past and go to Will Smith crib. I met Jade, I met the kids and all that. Then when I went to 106 in Park and he got me in the building, when I got to the upstairs where the lady was at that basically running BT and the other people, we went into a room and she had like 16 more people there just sitting in the room. And I had to rap for them. And when I rapped for them, I closed my eyes and just spit my songs with all the passion that I could. When I opened my eyes, the whole room was crying.
Crazy.
And it's on footage. Charlie got the footage, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? After that, they was like, I think we're gonna have a new champ. And I went and I defeated the bull who was about to get retired. He was on the 6th week. Then I kept winning. You know what I mean? I got kicked off of 106 in Park not because I cursed, because I was coming from an era when battle rapping was raw.
Yeah.
And they was saying that BET is prone for children. I don't see how whenever all this weird stuff go on now, like a man can act like he pregnant. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, because that's the type of stuff that they do. Like if a boy take blood, put him in his sneakers, and then do a slide to a pole down the hell and lap dance the devil, they like it's cool. You know what I mean? But I say, I'm a boss, catch you in church, stab you in your head with a cross and break the tip off. Now, at the end of the day, I wasn't going at religion. I was saying something that I seen off a movie that Larry Fishburne was on.
Right.
And he was basically riding on a nigga and was like, it ain't no way you can be safe. You feel me? But, you know what I mean? To each his own. You know what I mean? Because, that's the reason they probably implicated that 3 rule jump, because Free was like, yo, everybody don't rap the same. You know what I mean? And her being a rapper herself and a lyricist, she respected that. You know what I mean? And she gave me I'm probably the only boy that really got like a farewell, like, yo, everybody say goodbye to our lyrical pit bull. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was on 106 in Park showing my back with guns that was on glitter guns on the back saying I learned how to rap for pain with pictures on the front saying most hated. Straight. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, you going from a perspective of what you studied as you was young. And
very much.
a lot of people never going to admit it, but the true raw for the streets is the Bible on how to rap from Philly. Think about it. It captured everybody' life at the moment in time that they was doing it. It wasn't no practice. It was the beat on which you got and where you from. You had to talk that shit. You know what I mean? So you had, you know what I mean? You had you had so many different people. We all come from that shit. Quilly come from it. Meek come from that shit. AR Habs, the different people. Even if it wasn't Big Star, if it was Young Bob, Headshots, if it was Back to the Basics, EA and them joint. Like if it was these different lanes though, for everybody to be as true as they could be.
Right.
So if you go back through them tapes and you go back, it's a lot of people in jail for life, a lot of people that died, a lot of people that just stopped having love for the culture. And through the midst of all that, I still here.
So from a champion,
but I want to source magazines. I want to source. I want Coors Light. I'm Takedown Records, Bloodsport Battle Champ, Smack DVD First Battle Champ when they did it in Delaware State College before it even got to the internet. Crack DVD Battle Champ that was on the joint with the belt with Corey Guns and all them niggas on that joint. Like, you know what I mean? I know Meek, you know what I'm saying? I done been around Reed. He's my, everybody know, I know everybody and been around everybody from anybody you can name. You know what I mean? And I stood for West. It ain't no crazy shit where, you know what I mean, that it like, you know, my shit I kept it official. And like, you know what I mean? I'm known for fatigues. I'm known for going to places outside of the city and still being me and protecting them young boys. You know, Reed and all them niggas was kids. They was kids, but so much how they could be like, you know what I mean? I was the oldest, so who really had to? I had to make sure my attitude was on 1,000 wherever we went, because it was like, yo, we from Philly, and these my pups, and I dare you to touch one of them, even if it's rapping. We gonna rap, we gonna rumble, whatever we gonna do. Philly on our back, ain't nobody playing us. That's how I was feeling.
So what was your favorite city, OT, back then to go to?
Wherever we made history.
Yo, come on.
No, I'm just saying, like, I've been to a lot of places, of course. You know what I mean?
So what was one?
But I was walking through Philly, like, I feel like the hardest place to ever rap was Philly or New York, because, you know what I mean? Like, me and Joey went up to the Fight Club. We both won the Fight Club. They wanted me and Joey Jihad to battle. I looked at him and was like, I ain't come all the way from Philly to come to New York to battle the Philly nation. That I brought with me. My young boy can have it. I'm cool. You know what I mean? And they gave me my respect, Universal Records and all of them. We was on the 17th floor. That we were supposed to go, well, we did go and meet the boy, Little X, that messed with Hype Williams and all that. You know what I mean? I've been in a lot of rooms, been in a lot of places. I've been blackballed, all that. You know what I mean?
That nigga said the blackball. So for you,
everybody know I've been blackballed. Everybody know through every era of rap, I never stopped rapping. I can rap any way that you want to need to rap. I'm more agile. I'm still youthful. I'm more stronger than a lot of these older rappers and a lot of these people that do what they do. But if you ever ask them to mention me, they won't. So it's somebody that people around that saying, yo, don't show boy love. And I don't know how, when everything I did was a sacrifice for everybody that ain't had nothing. I never frauded. So this, what you say is you can't be like, oh, they be like, oh no, man, boy had an attitude problem. Yeah, I would have attitude problem. Yeah, I would have. I would have an attitude. If you trying to shift me from being real with myself to be something that you want me to be, that's a problem for a nigga like me. I ain't never had nobody. When I was hungry and was on the street, wasn't nobody coming through there and saying, "Shell, yo, this how we." You know what I'm saying? We gonna eat. We gonna. You know what I'm saying? Once you make yourself and create yourself, then people want to come along and be like, "Yo,
So is that
I'm
kind of
rocking."
so for you where you say that shit, like as far as industry stuff, like in general,
I
is
know
that where the
everybody in the industry.
is that
Nobody says, "Shell, come, let's go get a bag."
is that where the Akon beef came from, or like where do you like?
I don't have a problem with Akon. I had a problem with somebody who frauded like he was with Akon.
It was more than one person that did it. I ain't gonna lie. Luke
I
did
mean,
that shit too.
I only know one dude who really like, even if he knew Akon, it ain't get to the.
I don't want to divulge it. A&R boy, A&R boy.
Yeah, let's go.
He said, no, let the frauds be known.
I mean,
I don't want to bump shoulders with that
my
motherfucker.
whole thing is this. My whole thing. I mean, who's to say different strokes for different folks?
No,
If somebody else, he might take him to the top. He do got some swindling ways. You got Harvard grad liars, but at the end of the day, when it comes to this business, it's for you to learn it so you don't get caught up. So if you don't learn something, you gonna learn from life. And he's an example in life on how you learn to not fuck around with people that, you know what I mean, be on some fugazi industry shit. You know what I'm saying?
was that the main thing
Nah.
that just kept
He
you
was a
away
small
from
portion of my life.
Because I feel like for you, the one thing that you did was you never really forgot about the stuff that was going on around you that was real life, and a
I
lot of
could.
other people kind of sort of push that thing aside. No matter what I'm not trying to put.
My block where I come from went under the Giovanni indictment. You know what I mean? Niggas went under real shit, come home from doing 20 years. And you know what I mean? Names was mentioned. People could have told and said niggas was this a part of this and did this and did that. You know what I mean? And they stood on it. You know what I'm saying? So, like all my folks and all my friends and everybody that come from where I come from, people that really been through shit, them the motherfuckers you gotta love because they been battle tested. They been through some shit. You know what I mean? So when I see kids, one thing I love is look like young bucks, kids, because black babies and stuff like grow up already in like a fucked up scenario. You know what I mean? And whenever you see something special come out of everything that seemed like it's fucked up, I think like that's the best part of life. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what they put against us, you know what I'm saying, we could come and overcome anything. You know what I mean? And these black kids need a chance. That's why my whole problem with the city is that everybody say they a boss, right? But they only feed a couple of people that's around them or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas get these money or you act like y'all got millions, but none of the kids don't eat with you. Don't no changes happen. Everybody run down the same tunnel. Everybody doing the same way. I'm tired of seeing the same people. I'm tired of these old bosses. Y'all been bosses for a long time, but nobody ain't eating. How you a boss? Everybody want to seem like they big shit in Philadelphia. To me, nobody not. Why? How?
I feel like
Whatever. What?
I feel like they do for their own people that's right there and nobody else.
Man, love your God, man, and take care of your fucking kids, man.
Before I go,
Motherfuckers be going all off the deep end with all this jewelry shit, cars, all this other shit, and now everybody think that that's what winning is. But winning is really being a black man building your life up and creating generational wealth for your family. Everything else that people doing in this fake mob gangster shit and all that shit, we artists, we entertainers. If you're gonna take all the time out to do that in real life when you winning, then you need to go ahead and just take it and put it in entertainment and go ahead and finish doing what you was doing. Because at the end of the day, we all make music. We all live some real shit. We use our imagination. We all do this. It's not no boundaries to what you do as an artist or what you do with your culture. You know what I mean? Be an artist. Artists paint beautiful pictures. You know what I'm saying? They paint, whether they paint it mentally, physically, however you do it. You know what I mean? Paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody worried about who this, who that, who the boss, who the king, who this. Get the fuck, man. Ain't nobody. Get the fuck, man. The Lord the king. Everybody trying to be the king.
So I'm gonna tell everybody to go and watch a battle with this nigga.
I mean, I got battles up there.
I got to watch.
I got a lot of shit up there.
I want you to watch the battle with Hollow Man. All right.
Shout out to Hollow Man. That's my man.
I want y'all to watch the joint Hollow versus Shelliano.
Yeah, I mean, if you do the date on it and you look at that joint and the styles that we used, that we rapped on that joint, you can see that a lot of other styles evolved from it. You know what I mean? Because if it date back, because I remember these dudes wasn't rapping like this. I remember when these boys was like, I got the six and the clip and I'm hitting it up, and the wheel with the car stick shifting it up, picking it up. Remember when niggas was rapping like that? Yeah, I wasn't rapping like that. I was saying other shit like I'm throwing slugs at the judge and bombs at the DA. Fuck around and ram Uncle Sam off a highway. Take a bomb into the courtroom, make him do what I say. I was talking some other shit. They was like, when I was battling Hollow Man on that battle, I said, how you gonna compare ice against glass, platinum against brass, cash against trash? I'm the ice, platinum, and cash. You the glass, brass, and trash. Yo, this off my brain. I wasn't like, this shit was like, this was put together rhymes. Like, you know what I'm saying? While niggas was using written songs and rhymes and shit, I was dropping joints off the brain. Well, Oskino already told niggas that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't, just we wonder, like, why y'all don't be trying to say my name? Like, because if anybody watch any battle rap joint and they see a nigga grab their shirt like this, how you don't remember it's me? I did it first. Who else did it before me?
Yeah, sure said, nigga.
I'm just saying. Now everybody mimic it, but don't, you know what I mean? Listen, this some real shit, right? Great minds think alike, you know what I'm saying? So one day, you know, I slide down to the All Flamers joint when they doing the Rose Red, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Big party going on. Me and my brothers jump out, suits on, you know what I mean? That's how we was carrying, you know what I mean? I see Charlie. I'm like, yo, Charlie. I'm like, yo, man, I got a situation I'm trying to get in with Akon and them, man, and get this joint. You know what I mean? You my old head, but I love you, man. Thanks for getting me on 106 in Park Plaza, blah, man. You know what I mean? He recording. He like, yo, Shelliano, the sassy. I mean, it's my man. I don't know why we ain't worked out, but blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, Charlie. You know, I got this mixtape out. It's called Strugglenomics Dream Chaser. I'm like, yo, this joint got everybody on it. We recorded in a mansion and shit like that, blah, blah. I'm gonna teach all the kids, man, that come from nothing to chase their dreams. You know what I mean? This was like my thing. You know what I mean? If you know me and you do your history, I always talk about the have-nots, chasing dreams, doing this. So, you know, when I see Meek do whatever he do, and I know he wasn't out there to hear the conversation, you know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure that him being his old head, he dropped a bug in his ear like, yo, maybe you should do this, you know what I mean? And just to put that out there, like, you know what I mean? I made it a hot joint, he made it a hot song, you know what I mean? He took that and ran with it, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate what Young Boy did, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it let me know that even a thought that I might have if I tell somebody, or even if it catch wind, whatever, it's worth millions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, you know what I mean? I got my brothers and all my other shit going on at Black Aristocrat Inc. shit.
Yeah,
You
I
know
was
what I
about
mean?
to say, you got your own shit.
Yeah,
You got your joint coming up with Sandman.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, talk your shit. What's
yeah. Well, yeah, shout out to my man Sam Cannon, you know what I mean? You
That's
know,
my dog.
yeah, you know, rest in peace to Clark Kent, you know what I'm saying? Got tracks from him there, different people, you know what I mean? Shout out to my man Justin Case, Alcatraz, you know what I mean? Raleigh the Beast, I got shit from Thriller. I got music, man. We got beats, we got music. Shout out to my man Animal Planet. I went back into the safe, pulled some of that shit out. You know what I mean?
So Rolly, I just met this nigga. Yeah, I be out the loop or in the loop, but I just met this nigga thanks to Benji. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like you find shit out quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of special people, but Philadelphia, we use a lot of our people and then don't get them recognized. Like, that's the whole reason me doing the album that I'm doing and putting all the Philly producers on it, because you know what I mean, they need to be known for their gifts and their talent. A lot of these dudes that did shit for major people, but you would never know because they never get the love for it, never get the credit for it, or people use them. You know what I'm saying? And then they burn them out. They keep burning them out. So then they burn them out. They're not even making one and fuck with new artists because the artist that was on and whatever used them and said fuck them. You know, Philly got a habit of doing it. You know what I'm saying? A person could jump off a building and float down like this from a 17-story building. And then people be like, I could do that. That ain't that special.
That's the first thing Philly do.
That's you be like, yo, son, they be like, and
the city gonna make whatever you think you did feel
they be like, I got 950,000 followers on the gram. That don't mean shit. Just cause you got 950,000 followers on the gram don't mean shit. You can still be a piece of shit. You just carving your life to make it look a certain way. But that ain't your real life. You know what I'm saying? And all this rap shit is smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying?
So where did Black Aristocrat come from? Like where?
Because my idol was Mansa Musa.
Okay.
Mansa Musa was the richest black man that ever walked the earth. And he was Muslim. And he fought 21 wars front line. And I feel like that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, I'm a gladiator. I done been through whatever you could be. If they want to talk about upstate shit, I done been upstate. If you want to talk about going through real street shit, I done been through real street shit. If you want to talk about, I done did the crumb snatching shit too. Pocketbook snatching, selling drugs, whatever you want to go through, I done did all that shit. You know what I mean? Stolen bikes, running from the cops, bulletproof.
You said nigga taking an extension cord, running it into your crib, but yeah, I'm running shit up in my crib, nigga. Yeah, we got the lights on tonight, nigga.
I mean, you know, in order to be a person, to be aware and to learn from your mistakes, you gotta know them in order for you to fix them. You know what I mean? I had to grow a lot. I'm not saying that everything that people might have reacted, I was right. You know what I mean? I just was a person of principle, and I tried to live by them. Some people I might have rubbed wrong, whatever, but I know definitely that there was a lot of people out here trying to defy the fact of not seeing me shine. You know what I mean? And I know why. I'm powerful. It don't matter like if you be like, y'all got more guns or y'all got this or y'all got more money and none of that. You're not me. You know what I mean? I'm powerful. I know you dudes. I know your talent levels. I know how you are as people. I know you get around other men and y'all niggas act like groupies. I don't have to worry about none of that. I'm going to remain independent and I'm going to figure it out.
So you had an independent.
For 20 years, I've been selling my shit. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even on the internet.
Did you had the quarter milli deal? 250?
No, that I had 450,000, but that was my homie. Rest in peace to Supreme. Them my niggas. That ain't like got nothing to do with no industry shit. Them my niggas. You know what I mean? Yeah, they back me.
I like
they know that though. No, they know that. They know that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of people stuck their nose in our business when we paid for the Learcore Center. When we gave Wale and them 50,000, and Migos 30,000, Rico Love 20,000. Yeah, we did that. You know what I mean? 10,000 to con. Yeah, I ain't going to listen. At the end of the day, when my man passed, none of you niggas wasn't at the funeral, so y'all niggas know not to never stick y'all nose in my business again. You know what I mean? That's it for that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you touching money, the city, they want in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or they want you to do something with them to get money. And you know, if you a sucker, or if you a nigga that's, you know what I mean, you know, easily persuaded, it can happen.
Easy.
You know what I mean? And it's that it can happen. But at the end of the day, you live and you learn. You know what I mean? I ain't bowing down to nobody, and I ain't letting my team bow down to none of them. And I don't care nothing about the way Philadelphia ran, them old bosses, none of that shit. All that shit is weirdo shit to me. You know what I mean? Because y'all not feeding the kids. They not. The kids is dying. They drilling and killing because they think that's the only way that they can get on.
For sure, the kids ate already. They don't need to eat no more.
What kid? The young boys is nothing.
Listen, let me explain something to you. You gotta understand the first step to making any type of difference is a bridging of the gaps from generation to generation.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? All jokes aside, that's something that comes through knowledge. Change comes through knowledge being passed down. You know what I mean? There's no knowledge being passed down. There's only lateral motion because there's no generation coming through. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong.
Oh
I'm
no.
saying that through what you're doing right, it should be more like that around. You're not the majority, you're the minority.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't have 50 old heads that have a bunch of shit going on.
Oh no, the old heads be uninspired.
50 old heads. At some point in time, I'm gonna start running into like all the crash out old heads that just be outside drunk and shit on area like drunk.
Yeah, it's uninspiring. You seen them do it for 15 years. You know what I mean? But it's some people that never left their youngins. Like me. Like I split my chicken wings with the youngins. I slept outside in cars. We survived with each other. So I don't have that problem when it comes to the young boys because I don't fear them. Other niggas be fearing them or even use them to do nut shit. They'll get a young boy because he got hard and get him to go catch bodies, and that's how they pay him instead of helping him survive and get past for his dreams. See, when I was growing up, we're a different type hustlers. We'd come through the hood and have brand new Timbs in the trunk, brand new jackets, all that shit, and just give it to the hood.
And now you gotta give them to your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids.
Well, my kids live great. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
yeah, like
can I ask you this question? When you woke up and realized that like you really had to be a motherfucking dad first more than anything, and you went from a life from doing what you gotta do for yourself first for it to be like as much as you like, no, I'm not taking anything away from what you did for somebody else. I'm just saying at the end of the day, you can't do for nobody else unless you're waking up every day.
What made me realize, I'm gonna tell you, like what made me a man, first of all, was burying my mother. Burying my mother made me a man. Because at that time and frame of life, it wasn't that really that close to me, that past like that. You know what I mean? Then, you know what I'm saying, one of my children got killed, you know what I'm saying? And that, you know what I mean, let me know that things can be fragile, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That definitely let me know, like, we gotta see, and relationships with these women nowadays, because of how life is, it's so toxic and so fucked up, and don't nobody really give a fuck about how the kids really come out of it. So I hate the fact that I have certain broken homes, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if you create money and you get generational wealth, and when you leave this bitch and them kids get a check, you did your job. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the world make people grow faster. Like these phones, this life, this stuff, the way these women are, because they might say something to the kid that they're really not supposed to say as an adult to the child, like a conversation with the father or whatever, and then the kids turn on the dad, and then now they poisoned to not be able to appreciate nothing he does as a father.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? We get the arrows in our back and we pull them out.
Listen up, yo. I only say listen up because on some 4DAStreetz shit, we gonna always tap into some shit that, like, you gotta hear that shit it's real life. It might not be something that tap in today, just like any video you watch. It's like any movie you might watch. You might not get a movie today. The niggas joking about it. You ain't get that joke? Yeah, a song. Real G's moving sounds like a lasagna. Nobody got that shit off the bat. Now you sound like a dummy. But I'm saying it because you put in a piece in somebody's ear that you could have peace instead of doing something that's going to be making a bad decision. Because you got like a broken home situation. You got a 17-year-old dad with a 2-year-old fucking son, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga don't know how to be no fucking pop, but he had to be. You know what
And I got a daughter locked up fighting a body. You know what I mean? I got a son that come home and want to get treated with money like he graduated, coming from jail all the time. Like, you know what I mean? And, as a pop, I was sending that shit at first, you know what I'm saying? But, like I got, I done seen my son, I had a son who built them ghost guns. I know, I've seen all that shit. He paid the debt for that with the jail, you know what I mean? But, to each his own. You got to raise these kids, man. And, if women, if y'all got a nigga that's like, listen, just tell me what the problem is and I'll pay for it and we can get this shit right. Y'all need to learn how to respect that shit because there's some niggas that just be like, man, but get the fuck out of it. Don't care about their kids. Don't give a fuck about nothing. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, off that subject, you know what I mean, with these kids, they need people to inspire them and people to build shit. It ain't nothing no more around for the kids to do. Like, YMCAs or different motherfucking boy clubs, shit to be able to teach the kids to do something. They ain't got none of that. But back to what I'm saying again, you got all these bosses, and there ain't none of that. You know what I mean? Why don't we have a really why in Philadelphia we got all these bosses, but we don't got no music structure?
got no central spot.
Where is that? Like
Black and Nobel was the only central spot that I knew for music.
Yeah, Black.
But it wasn't even that. That wasn't for music. It just happened to be that he allowed so much culture to be up in the building.
Yeah, I like, I thought, I mean, Black and Nobel was definitely one of the best places that you could go and get a real vibe for. Now, Black and Nobel, I seen Hot. Shout out to Hot, you know what I mean? And, Big Phil, one of my brothers from the
shout out to Phil.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Big Phil, you know what I mean? One of the realest, like,
Big
love Big
man,
Phil.
real rip.
But, I would have liked to see Black and Nobel still as a chain together and doing the creative stuff they was doing for the people. It seemed like when they got to South Street, things changed a little bit. And I don't see the unity as much as it was before.
So you think it changed?
Yeah, I mean,
But you think, how much do you think that got to do with location and location being?
I think everything got something to do with loyalty.
Business. So certain things come to business.
I think certain things come with loyalty. Like if you got there and you was working with your folks, then you continue on. I don't like the scenario of building a Rockefeller and then everybody looked terrible except one person. I think it's dope when a person got a Benz, but I think it's powerful when everybody got reefs. You know what I mean? Like if everybody, it's a lot of special dudes in Philadelphia that show it and can rap and whatever, and probably never get it though or never get now because Philadelphia people really too real. So at the end of the day, we need to create the Underground Railroad. You know what I mean? Stop. A lot of people, like a lot of people, I watch it. Like I sit back, I watch the interviews, I watch what they talking about, I watch what they say, I watch it and I pay attention to it because whether they believe it or not, and they probably think that I'm a person that just deal with uh an animalistic mentality or just talking like on some like ghetto shit. I'm very, very, very in tune.
But they're not
to
wrong.
what's going on.
You do got an animalistic personality. They're not wrong. They didn't make it up.
I'm a person of principle.
You are until you're not. Until you're unreasonable. Because now you're passionate about it. So now you're not really listening to what anybody got to say. And it's about to be something. Come on, man. We're not gonna come on.
I don't think about being animalistic
because we're black men at the end of the day. So I want you to say it as a man that understands there's gonna be other alpha males.
But I'm 48, so at the end of the day, as animalistic, I think of life more like chess. You know what I mean? And I think about it's about making the right moves, being real with yourself, and being real just in general. I think that a lot of times people go wrong because they just not keeping it 100 with each other.
True.
You know what I mean? It don't really have to be a crazy scenario when it comes to people if they really know how to communicate. But then you get some dudes that just can't understand that they can't do something that somebody else can, instead of like admiring what that person is doing, support it.
Yeah,
They downgrade it and hate on it, and some people even try to take their life for it.
it's a city street. I mean, that's anywhere, but
Well, I mean, it's a little more Philly.
it's a little more, y'all. So what we going to do is really just tap into like I really feel like I just want to tap more into where you want to go and where you want, you know what I mean, the people that you fuck with around you to go as far as like really the
Um,
BA shit and everything else that you want to do moving forward. Because before we got out here, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put something together, but I want to see if I could get a situation where we get a verse from you too.
right,
We're gonna that shit gonna get stitched together.
right.
That's not for y'all right now to just come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gonna be Benji not
he
gonna
like,
allow no
he like
bullshit.
Anna gonna bless this judge.
If not, you never hear it. But just really tap into where you want to go from here moving forward for yourself and the projects. Plug your project. Don't sit here and talk about all that shit and don't plug your fucking project.
Yeah,
Plug that shit.
definitely, definitely. I'm creating an album right now called The Last Shall Be First. You know what I mean? I got an album on Bandcamp right now called The True Shall Set You Free.
Okay.
You can get that. You know what I mean? It's a double CD for $20 if you want to go lock onto that. That's just because I used a lot of samples, and then through that wave joint, you could like really put your sample music out. You know what I mean? So that Bandcamp joint dope. But you know, Shelliano Black Aristocrats on the Grand Black Aristocrats. I mean, Shelliano CEO. You know what I mean, on Facebook. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I got a lot of different projects. Me and Sandman dropping something, The Brotherhood. I got BBI, my brothers, I mean Taz and Lucky Luxury Dope Music. I got I did some tracks with Dub Dizzer. I got some music with Marley and them. I got some music with you know what I mean? I got albums, man. I got a lot of music to be truthfully honest, you know
You
what I'm
got
saying?
tracks coming up that you're working on
Yeah,
that
well
you
I'm gonna
want
put
to share?
together a lot of different high class like listening parties. Like, you know what I mean? Because I still got other music and other clothing lines and other stuff that I want to sell. You know what I mean? I also want to do collabs with dispensaries and different stuff like that, and have other artists come and show their talents at my projects. Um, Besides that, yeah, I'll be traveling to Boston. Shout out to my man Winston. You know what I mean? He got a lot of stuff connected with people in Yale and shit like that. Um, I guess my next thing is to put out new music, put out my new clothing line stuff. Put my brothers in
You
them
got a
out.
name for it already?
Yeah, I got Corporation Clothing. You know what I mean? I got
Okay.
that. I got Black Aristocrat Inc. Clothing. I got, you know what I mean? You know, I got some other stuff coming in the mix too. I don't want to say too much because people be taking ideas and shit before
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean?
yeah,
No, for
right.
real, because rappers be like, it be a lot going on, man. You know what I mean? And it be like, yo, people would rather steal from you than give you your props on doing some shit too. So,
Yeah, ASAP.
you know what I mean? I'm just trying to stay blessed on that side with my music. But I got a lot of new projects now to do clothing. I'm working on some short series, like short cut movies and shit.
All right.
Shout out to my guy Shells the Shooter.
Step for John if you need
Yeah,
anything.
definitely gonna be looking for actors. You know what I mean? I'm definitely about to put together the series. People want me to do podcasting, but I ain't really no podcast dude. I'd rather just do these type joints like this. You know what I mean? But if dudes is really serious, like you know what I mean, like really rapping and want some features and shit, I'm around too. You know what I mean? And we can work out whatever we want, whatever you want to do. If you nice and I just think that shit special, I might just rap on that shit regardless. You know
All
what I
right.
mean? But you know what I mean. At the end of the day, for a lot of other people, you know what I mean. I gotta keep my business tight. What I've been doing, like you know what I mean. I've been tightening up on business. You know what I mean. Building my own little studios and different stuff too. You know what I mean? Because everybody need to be self sufficient. We all need to be able You know, for y'all artists, go out there, get your songs, trust Sound Exchange and publish it. You know what I mean? Monetize your stuff, take your pay, take your music, learn how to put it directly to the consumer. You know what I mean? Through you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Monetize your numbers. You know what I'm saying? Learn about promotion, putting your stuff out. You know what I mean? And being able to, you know what I mean, make more money. You know what I'm saying? Take your pages. Don't make it so much about personal shit. You know what I mean? Take that shit down and start putting what you're working on and your features and your music and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? That's what we all need to do. So we all can learn, like we all could be making everything a boss situation together. You feel me? Yeah, man.
For sure.
Start fucking with rappers. Like rappers gotta start fucking with other rappers.
Real important. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the most powerful things that you could do with any network, with any city. And every city figured that shit out. Even Detroit figured that shit out before us. Like, we grew. Every city figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you doing this shit for me, bro. Because we did this shit for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Benji taking care of us, making sure that we got this shit on point. I mean, it's the first show. I appreciate you blessing this show. I really appreciate you.
Shout out to my young Frankie Rivers too, man. Yeah, man, here running thing. Definitely, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate being on the podcast, man. And just to get y'all, yeah, I mean, an interest, perspective on my life and what I went through. And, you know what I mean, what I'm creating and what I'm doing. Shout out to my boy San Canons, the brotherhood, my brother Taj, I mean, Lucky. You know what I mean, everybody stay focused. If you from the ghetto, man, keep going as far as you can for your goals. You know what I mean, stay focused on everything that you want to be. Don't let people put limitations on your life. You know what I mean? Because everything people told me I couldn't do, I did it. You know what I mean? Don't get it chopped, Mr. Front Page of the Philadelphia Weekly. I know what it is.
And I got what it takes to rock the mic right, yeah.